Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Mary Cosby turns the tables on Andy Cohen in heartwarming RHOSLC reunion moment you might have missed. Andy Cohen received some unexpected love from Mary Cosby during the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 5 reunion. During the final part of the SLC catch-up, the Bravo host told the group, "I want to end the reunion on a positive note." He then pointed to the shocking Season 5 finale game, in which the cast read aloud the worst thing they'd ever texted about each other. "I'd like you to pay a compliment or say the best thing that comes to mind when you think of this person," Cohen said at the tail end of the reunion. Cohen started with Cosby, who complimented co-star Heather Gay as powerful, smart, and someone who has a lot of love to give. The other women also shared heartfelt observations about one another. In an unaired moment later seen on Peacock's extended version of the RHOSLC reunion, Cosby asked Cohen if he would speak about her instead of one of the other girls doing so. His remarks, and her comments back to him, made for one of the most moving moments of the reunion. Cosby was nearly in tears when Cohen told her she showed everyone her heart this past year. "You showed us what an incredible mother you are. You showed us how open you are," he said. The RHOSLC star broke down as Cohen praised her for meeting someone where they are and guiding them towards light. After Cohen finished his remarks, Cosby turned the tables on the Bravo host. "Can I say something about you?" she asked Cohen. "I think that you are a star," she told him. "I think that you are intelligent. You're smart. You're incredible. You're a beautiful father. You're inspirational. And you? I love how you support me. And I feel your support. When it was like the whole world was against me, you called me and reached out to me. You have something that no one ever has. I've never met anyone like Andy Cohen." Cosby isn't the only RHOSLC star who's had kind words for Cohen. The 5th season of RHOSLC kicked off with Cosby's closest friend on the cast, Angie Katzenevas, whipping out a scroll of grievances about Meredith Marks. During an appearance on the Watch What Happens Live after show in September, Katzenevas presented a special scroll she made for Cohen, but there wasn't a grievance to be had. Instead, she praised the Bravo host for being so good to her. "I give not just a scroll of grievances, but a scroll with a list of all the things that I love about you," she told Cohen. Katzenevas then read off a list of positive things about the WWHL host from her decorative scroll. Mary Cosby turns the tables on Andy Cohen in heartwarming RHOSLC reunion moment you might have missed. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, RHOSLC. Reunion moments are often filled with drama, high tension, and plenty of jaw-dropping revelations. But occasionally, in the midst of all the fireworks, something unexpected and heartwarming takes place. In one of the most memorable and surprisingly emotional moments of Season 4's reunion, Mary Cosby, the show's enigmatic and often misunderstood star, completely turned the tables on Andy Cohen, leaving fans with a renewed sense of admiration for the often elusive housewife. Mary Cosby, known for her unique perspective on life and sometimes unconventional approach to relationships, has always been an interesting presence on RHOSLC. Her complex and somewhat mysterious character has made her one of the more polarizing figures in the show's history. But in this reunion, Mary did something that none of us saw coming. She used her wit, vulnerability, and authenticity to capture not only the attention of the other women on stage, but also that of Andy Cohen, the reunion's sharp-tongued host. The stage was set, as it often is in reunions, with all the housewives seated, facing the man behind the scenes of the show, Andy Cohen. The reunion had already witnessed fierce moments between Jen Shah, Heather Gay, and Lisa Barlow. But as the cameras shifted to Mary, something distinctly different occurred. The typical reunion format saw the women coming ready to either defend themselves or attack their co-stars, but Mary did neither. Instead, she approached the stage with a calm and quiet confidence that was almost disarming. Her vulnerability, something not often seen, was palpable as she began to share her truth, an emotion-filled narrative that captivated everyone. An ordinary question that prompted Mary to speak out. Andy Cohen, known for his sharp questioning, asked the women about the emotional toll the season had taken on them. But it was Mary's response that left a lasting impact. Instead of the expected sound bites, Mary took a step back and reflected on the question in a way that was unexpected for both viewers and the cast members. In that moment, Mary's thoughtful and introspective reply revealed a depth to her character that had often been overshadowed by her perceived aloofness and mystery. As Andy pressed the women to share their biggest regrets, he turned to Mary with the usual inquisitive, almost confrontational tone he's known for during reunions. But what unfolded next was completely unanticipated. Mary calmly responded to Andy, stating that her biggest regret was not being able to fully express herself and how misunderstood she had often felt, not just by the women around her, but by the public and Andy himself. She admitted that sometimes her guarded nature made her come across as cold or dismissive, when in fact, she had just been trying to protect herself. The moment was a sharp contrast to the usual reunion dynamic, where it's about defending oneself or attacking others. Mary's words softened the mood of the reunion, inviting both empathy and understanding. She didn't give Andy the sensationalized soundbite he was looking for. Instead, she quietly, yet powerfully, turned the tables on him. Andy, who is typically known for being the one in control, was left visibly taken aback by Mary's honesty and vulnerability. For a brief moment, the reunion wasn't about the usual squabbles or petty drama, but rather, it was a moment of real human connection. Andy himself seemed moved by Mary's admission, and in a rare show of sincerity, he thanked her for opening up and sharing her truth. It was a moment that shifted the entire energy in the room, and even the other housewives were visibly struck by the gravity of what had just occurred. In a scene that could have easily been reduced to a tense confrontation or a snarky exchange, Mary's response spoke to something deeper, something that viewers often miss when they focus solely on the drama. She wasn't just another housewife throwing out one-liners or engaging in petty conflicts. Instead, she was an individual offering a glimpse into her heart, her insecurities, and her struggles with public perception. She took ownership of the narrative surrounding her, showing both vulnerability and strength in one go. Mary's courage in this reunion moment was a sharp contrast to her past portrayal on the show. In previous seasons, she was often seen as aloof or standoffish. With her peculiar religious background and her complicated family dynamics adding to the intrigue surrounding her. The rumors about her marriage, her role in the church, and her family relationships made her an enigmatic figure, with many viewers unsure of what to believe. Yet, this reunion moment humanized Mary in a way that had never been done before. It was an unexpected revelation that allowed audiences to see her as more than just a reality TV character, but as a complex woman who, like the rest of us, had feelings, doubts, and regrets. But it wasn't just Mary who benefited from this moment. The reunion also revealed something about Andy Cohen that many may not have expected: his ability to be moved by a moment of raw emotion. While Andy is known for pushing buttons and stirring up drama, in this instance, he stepped back and allowed Mary to have the floor. It was a moment of humility for him, acknowledging that sometimes, as a host, his role is not just about controlling the conversation, but also about listening and allowing the guests to speak their truth. The heartwarming turn of events didn't just stop at Mary's revelation. In the aftermath of her emotional response, the tone of the reunion shifted. There was a sense of mutual respect among the women, especially as they reflected on Mary's vulnerability. For many of them, this was the first time they saw Mary as more than just the woman who made eyebrow-raising statements or was involved in controversial moments. They saw a woman who had been navigating a world that often misunderstood her, just as they had. It was a powerful moment not just for Mary, but for the entire cast. It reminded everyone that despite the catfights, the alliances, and the drama, at the end of the day, these women are real people with real emotions. Mary's willingness to show that side of herself turned the reunion into something truly unique. In a season that was already filled with tension and drama, it was this moment, this brief, heartfelt exchange, that proved to be one of the most powerful.